Frequency forecast from Lee for August 2025. In August, humanity becomes aware of the key paradox of what attention distribution is, namely, where to direct one's energy, either towards the creation of one's own good or towards the destruction of the good of another. Think about what you consider to be more useful for yourself, to care more about your own joy or the suffering of your enemy. Yes, of course, the idea of revenge and mirror responses is appealing to the ego. It seems like something comforting, something that brings relief. However, in practice, this is the path of endless wars and suffering. This seeming relief or release from feeling revenge does not bring anything to your home. Your food does not taste better. Your income doesn't grow. Your love does not shine brighter. After all, the mind is not occupied with well-being. The mind is busy with negative concepts. The mind is occupied with restrictions. Someone would say that there can be a compromise, like, I feel good and at the same time my foes suffer. But it's a trap, isn't it? In this case, the mind makes its experiences dependent on the experiences of others. This is none other than a position of a victim. The way out of the victim's paradigm is to resolve the paradox not through compromise or suppression of what you long for. The solution lies in moving towards being aware of where exactly your focus of attention is directed to. It's possible that someone previously considered revenge as more important. Now they will come to the realization that their home has not gained anything and was maybe even lost. They will come to the realization that their relationships are based on the idea of violence and provoke conflicts with everyone around. And in general, their reality demonstrates the choice of a negative focus of attention. Now it will be easier to notice decisions like these, and their consequences will be more obvious. Most of humanity continues to make the choice in favor of the negative, but now it will begin to realize the very fact of the existence of this dilemma. At the same time, a significant part of people will choose the good, and then we will all observe how these two points of view compare with each other. An interesting period of clarity sets in. A comparison of how those who chose the first option live as opposed to those who chose the other one. In the collective field, this will manifest itself in the following way. The volume of laws around the world that determine why something is prohibited has reached a critical level, at which it now outweighs the idea of what is allowed, meaning the ban on creativity started to contradict the very logic of creation. It's illogical to build a house if the project is based on prohibitions and not on construction plans. In this way, people have forbidden themselves from doing so many things that it's becoming difficult to ignore this absurdity. Moreover, it becomes simply impossible to move further in this direction. And this is precisely the basis for realizing what is happening. Quantitative factors lead to qualitative changes. Civilization is on the verge of an evolutionary leap. Technically, this looks like one octave shift in the collective frequency, raising up collective vibrations in several waves. The initial attempt will occur in the first half of August, and the second in January 2026. The August transition will involve, so to speak, the advanced part of humanity, which will prepare a frequency bridge for the rest. This bridge is the vibrations of the transition itself, a frequency key to transformation of a kind. Increasing the frequency by one octave does not mean finding ourselves in a paradise-like fairyland. But it does mean refusal to maintain base frequencies of fear and sacrifice on a collective level. People will begin to redistribute their energy into creative channels. This portal of sorts, of course, is always open, and everyone can use it individually at any time. For civilization in general, it's something like peak probabilities from the broader range of quantum uncertainty. These periods are superimposed on the processes occurring in the solar system and on the processes occurring within galactic cycles. Therefore, the logic here is not in predetermination, but in fact that this is the path of least resistance to the flow of energy in general. Whatever forces try to manipulate people, instilling fear and confusion, whatever stories they tell about why people must fight each other, these are futile attempts to stop the cycle of civilization's advancement. Each person will have to individually resolve their own attention distribution paradox. Now is the optimal time to go through this process. You will manifest results in your own life. You will also see how comprehensive the change in social paradigm is. Soon, there will be no doubt that the process works exactly like this for all people, and that you are no longer a lone voice in the wilderness.